Hello, I'm Michael Dean Rogers. This is an overview of a new spiritual philosophy, The Truth About Truth, as originally presented at the 2015 Parliament of World Religions in Word and Song. This is the fourth installment of 7 in the series, Real Truth. If you've not seen the prior videos, it is recommended that you start from the beginning. Humanity has suffered terrible and needless emotional, intellectual, and spiritual pain, and alienation from an error in our thinking. The error was believing truth was certainty, but certainty is an illusion that does not exist in reality. So, how do we fix this problem? The first step is to stop believing in the illusion of certain truth. It has never been real, and all our dreams of perfection are poor compensation for the deprivation and misery the error has caused. The second step is to understand the nature of real truth. If truth is not certainty, well, then what is it? No one can be certain, but we can all be honest. Truth is based in honesty. So, then what is honesty? Honesty is not being certain of what we see. It is telling what we see like it is, as we see it. Honesty avoids the problem of forcing experience to conform to our beliefs, of fooling ourselves to maintain our truth. Honesty conforms our ideas of experience to the way things are, not to the way we think they're supposed to be. Honesty leads to authenticity. Jefferson was right. Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. Honesty is real truth, and honesty will set us free. Once again, synonyms tell the story. What words describe honesty? Integrity, honor, virtue, faithfulness, goodness, openness, morality, and so on. All are very positive. Synonyms for dishonesty tell exactly the opposite. Falsehood, fraud, graft, deceit, duplicity, treachery, and so on. None are positive. Note, however, the antonym for dishonesty is truth. Honest truth reverses the polarity of our thoughts to match the universe's true state. We now fear uncertainty and do everything possible to eliminate it from life. By doing so, we believe we are increasing our security and well-being, but that is part of the corruption. By seeking certainty, we actually decrease our security. It matters not how much money you have, how secure your job, how your latest lab tests came out. We are all a moment from disaster, and deep down we know it, and we're emotionally insecure. Honest truth reverses the polarity of how we view reality. Instead of fearing the unknown, we will celebrate it. Instead of diminishing uncertainty, we will seek to live expansively in the mystery of life. We will find true security inside, knowing that real security does not come from things outside of us. Everything changes in time. It comes from within. Knowledge is not a final destination of certainty, because certainty isn't real. Knowledge is a joyous journey of discovery in a universe that always transcends our understanding. If you consider it carefully, would you want it any other way? If truth were certainty, eventually we would run out of new ideas and experiences, squeezing the wonder from life. Life would become boring. The unknown is the source of all experience, and expanding uncertainty is expanding life. Uncertainty is not the evil we have made it. It is the greatest good. Many of the words we use express this deeper truth. Freedom. If we knew the future, how could we be free? The future must be unknown, or we would march lockstep with no choice. Trust. If you chain someone to the floor, would you have to trust them not to leave? Trust is conditional on not knowing what someone will do, but believing anyway. Faith. If we knew God existed with certainty, there would be no need for faith. Learning. How could we learn unless we were uncertain? hope, adventure, and so many other terms that endear us to this life are based in the unknown. Uncertainty is the well of life. How we view knowledge is a good example of how we have things backwards. We normally think that when you increase your knowledge, you decrease your uncertainty and ignorance. In a limited sense, this is true. But when all is considered, as you increase knowledge, you increase uncertainty. Let's assume you're camping in the wilderness. The sun is set and darkness is closed in. You build a fire to see what is around you, to increase the light of knowledge, to reduce the uncertainty of the night. You now see your camping area and feel secure, till you look further out and see 4 trees and a rock at the perimeter of the light. Now you become worried, because that's what we do with the unknown, about what might be behind the trees waiting to get us. So, you build the fire higher to illuminate these objects to feel more secure. Now you can see there are no gremlins behind the trees and rock. Satisfied, you sit back down until you notice at the edge of the much enlarged perimeter, you see dozens of trees and rocks to worry about. This is reflected in the saying, the more you know you don't know. As we expand our knowledge, we find there are new things to question. The fallacy is believing that there is only so much unknown to illuminate, that there is a finite amount of knowledge and new experience. It is the nature of the universe to transcend our knowledge of it. There is an infinite supply of new knowledge if we are simply honest to our experience. Nikola Tesla understood this point. He said, "It is paradoxical yet true to say that the more you know, the more ignorant we become in the absolute sense. For it is only through enlightenment that we become conscious of our limitations. Precisely one of the most gratifying results of intellectual evolution is the continuous opening up of new and greater prospects." So what is real truth? All truth shares 3 core requirements. A belief that is honest to experience, it always works, and it cannot be falsified by reason. Subjective truth concerns individual experience. Objective truth concerns our shared experience. Subjective truth is honest to private experience, whether it is simply because no one else is there or because it is private in principle, like spiritual experience or inner emotions. Subjective truth can always trump objective truth. Strong feelings, a spiritual awakening that informs our choices, or we witness something no one else sees, can override objective truth or authority. If we are given an immoral directive, we must stand up for our truth. Subjective truth is the voice of conscience. Objective truth is the democratization of subjective truth. When we all witness the same thing, either together or separately, these shared experiences create a shared truth. Objective truth cannot enforce belief on the individual, but it can enforce behavior or cause consequences to whomever acts from their conscience. Objective truth informs the law. Civil disobedience uses these 2 opposing forces to bring a new emerging consciousness of the few to the many. Civil disobedience reaches for the heart of each individual, one person at a time, till they become the majority, and objective truth evolves. Truth always works on our experience. But as the universe transcends us, there is always new experience, and we must remain open to the possibility that tomorrow our beliefs may not work, and a new truth must be found. All it takes is one exception to always works, and it becomes false, and a new truth must emerge. We have seen this time and again with science, as repeatability is the experimental method's enforced honesty. This fragility is not a weakness of honesty, it is a strength that constantly evolves knowledge to a higher truth. The power of modern technology is a testament to that strength. Honest truth is provisional to new experience and subject to change, and leads to an open mind. As Einstein said, no amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. Honesty corrects the problems the error has caused, restores authenticity, honor, and integrity, and leads to the best map of reality possible. Correcting the error basically reverses all the costs it has caused. But honest truth also allows us to take a new approach to answering the big questions without having to meet the unrealistic and unachievable standard of certainty. We cannot be certain, but we can discover answers that satisfy and serve us well and work. When we stop and wonder why things are the way they are, we can discover the purpose for life, the universe, and everything.
This is called Stop and Wonder Why. Everybody's searching for the road to inner peace. Everyone looking for the way to love. Everybody looking to understand their lives, to make the time seem right. I stop and wonder why. God has a plan that's just for you, but you don't know what you're gonna do. Think about your time if your tune don't always rhyme, and you've lost what you can't find. Stop and wonder why. God made this place for me and you. Open your mind and you may find you have a purpose that is concealed. Only you can feel, only you fulfill, only you make real. If you stop and wonder why. Let the light shine forth in everything you do. Make your life count while you're still alive. See the truth and the beauty in our world. It's bound to make us wise if we open up our eyes. So stop and wonder why. That only we can feel, only we fulfill, only we make real.
Honesty provides a realistic and achievable standard of truth to tackle the big questions with new hope for an answer. Join me for the 5th installment of the Parliament of World Religions presentation, The Meaning of Life, the Universe and Everything. What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? Do we have a purpose? And if so, what is it? Well, I promise that the answer is not 42.
So sure of all that we see below the surface. It's a dream. If we open our hearts, well, our minds can believe, and we'll see. The ghost inside set free.